Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy Handyman, Handy Andy on Demand, and welcome back to a project bid over in East Cobb and Marietta. We're over in Johnson's Landing, which is ironically a neighborhood I lived in many years ago. So I'm real familiar with these houses. And the homeowner has this home for sale, and it's tough because he's looking at deck repairs on this existing deck. None of this railing meets code. The reality of it is it's really expensive to do all this, and it's hard to get these materials right now. Pressure treated wood, there's a real short supply of it. Fortunately for him, whoever built the deck did it in 2x lumber, 2 inches thick. So it's old growth wood. Most of it's in good shape, so we can save all of this. Somebody will come in here and buy this house, and they'll probably expand this deck, cut all this landscaping out, because it's a real narrow deck up top. What we'd suggest to them is just clean it up, make your necessary repairs, and restain it so it looks fresh for a buyer, and let them decide what they're going to do from there. When you get underneath this deck, you can see the joists are rotted through. He's got 3 of them down here, and my guess is over the years debris sat on this front entry and he didn't rake it off and keep it clean. So keep your decks clean. Even old pressure treated wood like this will rot through. One of these pieces looks like it was just white pine that someone stuck in here and it just couldn't take the moisture. So you can see that one back there. There's actually 3 of them in here, and then the back side of this step right here, you see where the step hits the deck? We'd build a brace and post assembly there, and another one down here, and that'll just strengthen and secure the deck. The rest of this stuff, let it come up on a home inspection. Someone's done some repairs here, maybe the homeowner himself. You would never set a 4x4 post on a block like that. It needs to be set in concrete and secured in the ground. But some of these things, it's okay to leave for an inspector, because almost everybody buying a house today has an inspection report done, and they come through, and the more you fix, the harder they dig to find other stuff. So there's other things we could do on this deck. Like here, it's a little over spaced, and we'd end up adding joist hangers, screwed in joist hangers under here. But again, that would be left for an inspection report. For now, you just want the buyer to put a contract on it. So like here, these are old 2x10 treads. The bottom one is rotted. You can see it right here. And any kind of rotted wood that a buyer sees, it just scares the crap out of them. They don't know what it is. They don't know how to fix it. These steps are overhung, and I think the homeowner himself probably replaced these at some point, is my guess. But if we can just clean this up and stain it, the railing, like I said, it doesn't meet code, but most people aren't noticing that. An inspector will notice that, and you guys can negotiate that later on. But just staining this up, fix what is obviously rotted, will make a huge difference. But sitting here and trying, me personally, I'd want to extend the deck even past this railing. But you're talking about spending a ton of money. I wouldn't do it. You know, this deck out here is made just to put a couple of rockers on it. And really, that's what this seller should do, is just stage it with a couple nice rockers and a pitcher of fake iced tea to give somebody that homey feeling. And then back here, while we were at it, same thing on the rear deck. He's got a few repairs on the steps. These steps weren't done right. So you always want the tread to extend past the riser. And most of these are split anyway. So if you get up close on them, you can see how they nailed them. They got some screws in that one, but they split every single one, like this one right here. That one. Just go ahead and change it. And then just come in and pressure wash and restain this back deck. He's got a great back deck. I wouldn't take the jacuzzi out. I'd leave it for now. If a buyer doesn't want it, we can give them a price to pull that thing out of there and just deck it over. You'd be surprised. A lot of people don't want those. But with a fresh coat of stain on this thing, this house would already be sold, to be honest. These are the first things that people see when they're walking the yard, waiting for the agent to meet them at the house. And it's just not very inviting. So if you're selling your house, and I've sold thousands of them, to be honest. I've flipped over 2,000 houses in Atlanta. Have a long history of doing this stuff. And sometimes it's your agent, so make sure you get with a good agent. But I think just cleaning this up, making this a little more inviting, put a nice dark stain here on the wood, front and back, make a match, and this thing will get sold. It's a great neighborhood, best schools, a lot of people looking to get into this neighborhood right here. So I'm Andy with Handy Andy. Sometimes you'll see me in one of these trucks. Sometimes you'll catch me in a van with a driver. We've been doing this stuff for 27 years in Atlanta. It's hard to believe. It's me and my brother and a team of 30. But you see what a great lot, very private back here. So this thing should have sold already. We're at 770-912-2829. Sometimes you can catch us at 770-265-9017. That's me personally. We've got a team of 30 running all over Atlanta. We've got on demand now for the little stuff that you can't get us to come out and do estimates like this. But anything you need on a house, just let us know. See you at the next house. Bye for now.